Hi guys, we're going to go over Job week 8 today. We'll be reading from the New American Standard Bible, Job chapter 2, verses 8 through 13. Let me read that for you now. And he took a potsherd to scrape himself while he was sitting among the ashes. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God and not accept adversity?" In all this Job did not sin with his lips. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this adversity that had come upon him, they came each one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. And they made an appointment together to come to sympathize with him and comfort him. When they lifted up their eyes at a distance and did not recognize him, they raised their voices and wept. And each one of them tore his robe, and they threw dust over their heads towards the sky. Then they sat down on the ground with him for 7 days, 7 nights, with no one speaking a word to him, for they saw that his pain was great. This week we are introduced to 4 more characters in the story of Job, his friends and his wife. I think it is so important to watch what we allow into our spheres of influence, our minds and our hearts, to control our thoughts and to take all thoughts captive to Christ. Job's friends enter the scene, and at first they just sit and watch and mourn with him. I think this is a posture that so few of us are ready to take. So often we enter into the analyzing mode or the fix-it mode or the judgment mode. To be still, to be silent, is far harder than judging and fixing. To be a silent, supportive, and prayerful friend during another's suffering is a gift. To be a shoulder to lean on, not an arm to steer, to fix, or to control. I think there's a fine line between crawling down in the pit with someone and offering them a hand up. Job's friends met him in his grief, tearing their robes, and just sat with him, recognizing his grief and his misery. Job will be the first one to speak, not them. My hat goes off to his friends for this constraint, but as we know, they will not be silent for very long. His wife, I don't know what you can say. In all of the trials, Job lost everything. Please know that this is purely the meanderings of my mind and nothing more. As far as I know, there are no theological debates or writing on this. But Satan didn't take his wife. He literally lost everything, but not his wife. Satan set out to, quote, take everything that he has, Job 1:11. But his wife remained. I would propose the thought that Job's wife was left for, quote, just cause. We see her response to Job is, I'm going to say it, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die. Not exactly the words of an encouraging spouse, not exactly the words of a wife supporting her husband through the trials. She mocks his integrity, but it is interesting to me to note that even she proclaims the character and the nature of Job, and she tells him to curse God. I don't know about you, but I can almost feel Satan pulling and twisting her strings like a puppet master. These words are exactly what Satan wants Job to do, uttered from heavenly realms through the natural by Job's very own wife. All of this is to say that there are people in our world that we allow access into our hearts and into our minds. Sometimes relationships aren't healthy, and they need nutrition and ample amounts of grace and love. James has such wonderful advice for living. James 3:7-10 says, "For every species of beasts and birds, of reptiles and creatures of the sea, is tamed and has been tamed by the human race. But no one can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil and full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse men, who have been made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come both blessings and cursing. My brethren, these things ought to not be this way." Blessings and curses from the same mouth. We get to choose what our mouths say and what our character speaks. We also get to choose what counsel we take in and what we hold most dear. Once again, James says in James 3:1-17, "Who among you is wise and understanding? Let him show by his good behavior his deeds in the gentleness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and a selfish ambition in your heart, do not be arrogant and so lie against the truth. This wisdom is not which comes down from above, but is earthly, natural, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder and every evil thing. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, reasonable, full of mercy and good fruits, unwavering, and without hypocrisy. What have you been allowing into your heart and into your sphere of influence? Not all people in our worlds are offering advice, counsel, and friendship from a heavenly realm. Looking at what you are allowing to influence you, is there purity, peace, gentleness? Are things reasonable, full of mercy? Are there good fruits? Are people unwavering, without hypocrisy? If we keep this list at the forefront of our minds as we read through the rest of Job, we can examine Job's friends through this scriptural lens. There is power in who we allow in and who we allow to give us counsel. That's it. And that is Job week 8. So have a great time, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Be blessed.